Hello lovely people! Today I want to talk a little bit about how to release your back legs, especially hamstrings area. For me it was always one of the most problematic parts to stretch and to make flexible. I'm still coping with it. But what I've discovered is that not only stretching can help. There are lots of other methods, and I want to share today two exercises. One will use tennis ball, one will use TheraBand, and I hope that effects of these exercises will surprise you a little bit. So let's begin. We have few main lines of bone and myofascial connections in our body. One of them is superficial back line, which goes from our plantar area up to heel bone through Achilles tendon, gastrocnemius calf muscle, hamstrings, sit bones, sacral area, erector spinae muscles of our back, neck, occipital ridge, and through the skull up to the brow ridge. Yeah, that's a long way to go. Just imagine how all of these spots are connected, and even tiny changes in one area can affect the other parts of this line. Now do a small test. Bend forward with your knees straight. Without struggling, you should feel comfortable. Observe and remember, where are your palms versus the floor. Then take a tennis ball for the first experiment. It's a safe technique to do by ourselves if we don't have opportunity to visit a therapist. What we want to do is rolling carefully a tennis ball down into our plantar area. As I said earlier, the first track on our superficial backline of myofascia runs along the undersurface of the foot. This area is often a source of trouble that communicates up through the rest of the line. For example, tightness in the hamstrings area can be correlated with some hot spot in our feet. I recommend doing this exercise slowly, or even stopping for a while, spot by spot, pressing down to the floor and breathing for support. When you finish, stand on that particular foot and observe the difference. How do you feel the connection to the ground, your balance? Maybe roll down forward and see if your hand on the side you've been working with is now nearer the floor. Afterwards, we repeat all of this on the other foot, of course. When the pressure is too big for you and you can hardly bear the pain, it might happen. Be softer with yourself or have a chair, table or a bar as a support. Take your time. You're advised to spend at least 2-3 minutes on each side. Be generous and cover the whole area of your foot. Let's check out if anything has changed. As you see in my case, the difference between before and after is quite visible. Your results might be different, even more space created, or not really a big deal. We all have different bodies, so take the results in your mind and analyze for yourself. Now we will start with the second exercise. It will be slightly more complex. What we need is a flexible band. If you don't have a TheraBand, you may try with any kind of elastic cloth. Let's sit down on the floor and take off the socks if you have ones. Loop the band around the large toe of one foot. We keep the leg bent and the foot is flexed. Then flex carefully the large toe against the light resistance of the band. Then slowly extend the large toe gently pulling backwards to add slight resistance. The other toes can move along with the big toe, but keep the foot flexed. Then do the same with second and third toe looped together. And afterwards, fourth and fifth toe. Also be aware that the video is 2 times faster than my normal speed. I wanted to show you the whole process, but still didn't want to make the video too long. So please really be patient and enjoy the process and the way between the 2 extreme positions. Afterwards, place the band along the whole plantar area of your foot and flex and extend all the toes against the band. Remember that the accuracy and awareness are crucial here. The next phase is flexing and extending the whole ankle. You can imagine that you want to lengthen your heel away from your body when you make the flex position with your foot. Move slowly as you are playing in a thick mud. And the last phase. Let's activate even bigger part of our limb by making a rocky movement with your pelvis. Imagine that your foot is pulling you forward and follow this impulse. You may do this even about 30 times for a good conditioning. When you finish, you can compare the flexibility of the leg that was doing the exercise by leaning forward over the leg. If you want, you can also stand up and make some leg lifts or jumps on one side and on the other side. Do you notice any differences? Now you can repeat the exercise with the other leg. Just to be sure. Firstly, big toe. Then the second and the third together. And then fourth and fifth also loop together. Then you're flexing and extending all the toes. And now the whole ankle extends and flexes. And we are adding the rocking motion. When you finish, I recommend to check your balance, do some jumps, walk on your tiptoes, and observe how does your whole body feel after this session. And yeah, the final test. Let's bend forward and see where are our palms. Well, for me it works really great. I hope you can also find it helpful. Take care and until the next time.